Hi everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe so that you will get notified when I post a new video. So some of you have probably seen my video on leather and how to use shaving cream to dye your leather. So this is one example of using shaving cream, and look how cool that comes out. It's just, I think it looks beautiful. So this is a different technique, and hopefully I can get you to see the light, to see that, or the light will hit it just right to where you can see it's got a different look to it. So this is actually a cleaner way to hand dye leather than using the shaving cream method, but there are still a few supplies that we're going to need. So veg-tan leather, just whatever size piece you're wanting to use. You're going to want some leather dye. I really like using this product. Make sure you hold your finger on the top, shake it before you use it, and then to open it, just press the button down and twist. I also have some other colors that I experimented with earlier today and ended up with a very interesting color combination. So we'll just leave that one alone, and we won't talk about that right now. If you've seen any of my prior pictures, you'll know how the whole slab turned out. It was beautiful, but it was a lot. Anyway, we also need something like some chopsticks or wooden stir sticks. You can also use your hands on that. Speaking of hands, you will want some gloves. This is dye. While the water stain does clean up very easily, you're still going to want some gloves. You're going to want a spray bottle and plastic wrap. Yes, you heard that correctly, plastic wrap. A trash can and lots of paper towels. You can never have too many paper towels. So let me start by putting my gloves on and picking out the colors I want to use today. I'm actually going to go with 2 different colors of brown, and then I'm going to mix in some turquoise. Just want to see how this turns out. Might turn out interesting, might turn out beautiful. Both can be a good thing. Now what we're going to do is take this plastic wrap, pull a piece out that's the length of your piece of leather, tear it off. Make sure you don't have your ceiling fan or the air conditioner blowing at the same time, otherwise it wants to fly away from you. So just for a moment, I'm going to kind of hold the corners down so it doesn't go flying across. Now, if you do have something that's bigger than the widest piece of plastic wrap you can find, grab a trash bag, lay that down, and we're going to use the same technique. So this is just a regular old trash bag. You want something that's scrunchy and something that you can move and manipulate. So here on my piece of plastic wrap, I'm going to put a little bit of water down, just a little. I'm also going to soak my piece of leather and put that off to the side. Make sure you get good coverage on that. Let that sit for a moment. And then I'm going to take my dyes. Now, scrunch up your plastic wrap a little bit. We're also going to use our chopsticks to do that. And just randomly lay your colors down. That's good for that one. Let's put a little tan down. Now, unlike the shaving cream technique where you end up with these beautiful swirls from moving the shaving cream around, this is going to have a whole different look to it. Ooh, might have gone a little crazy there with that color, but that's alright. turquoise. Just want a color that's going to pop. And you're noticing that the colors are muddying themselves together. And sometimes if you mix the wrong colors together, you do get mud. So hopefully we'll get a good combination here. You know what? I think I'm going to throw in a little bit of pearl as well. Pearl is just a really pretty color to have on hand. It doesn't necessarily show up as a color. It shows up as a shiny, pretty, I hate to use the word glitter, but we're just gonna just say a shiny sheen. We'll go with that. Now, if I want to soften any of these colors anymore, I would go ahead and put some more water down. Now let's take my leather, make sure, like I said, now I don't know if you're seeing off on the corner of my camera, probably not, but my AC vent is catching the corners of my saran wrap and flipping it over. So don't let that happen. I'm going to just set this down. Oh, one more step. Take your stir stick, and I'm not going to stir the colors because I don't want the colors mixing together, but I am going to kind of pinch and or move the saran wrap, plastic wrap, we all know what I'm talking about, around a little bit. Then I'm going to lay my leather down and press it all the way down. If there is any chance that your project is going to be seen from the back, then we're going to go ahead and do the back at the same time. So while this is laying in the plastic wrap, I'm going to wet the back side. So it doesn't really matter that I just put my fingers all over it. And I'm going to take the edges of the plastic wrap and lay them on top of the leather. And no, it's not going to fully cover it, but we'll come back and finish that part off in just a moment. So you can leave this on for as long as you want. You can crinkle it up as much as you like. And I see some spots where there's no color on it. That's okay. I can either kind of move the color now around, or I can do it here in just a moment. So this is what my mess looks like right now. This is the front side. This is the back side. So now we're going to gently unpeel this plastic wrap. And the reason we're doing it gently is because we're going to reuse this to color the back side. Take this off, get it away from my air conditioning vent, and whoops, that turned out a little darker than I had expected. So first I'm going to put this down on the back side. Then I'm going to take some of my paper towel that I should have had a little more handy, and I'm going to dab off some of this color because I went a little overboard with the darkness. And where there's no color, I can either dab that onto it, or I can just leave those areas with the natural color of the veg-tan. Now as I'm doing this, I'm also pressing down to get the leftover ink onto the back side of this. So let's see how the back side's doing. Well, we got some spots that aren't getting coverage here. So I'm just going to keep doing this. Flip-flopping it back and forth. I'm probably shaking the camera, so I apologize if you're getting motion sick. And I'm going to keep dabbing. Flip it over. Now if I feel like I've got enough color on either side, I'm going to take that plastic wrap, push it off to the edge. I can also wet this down and pull up some of the extra color. You won't be able to do this for very long because it does sink in and it does set. You will still need to seal the leather to use it, but it will sink in. Definitely want to let it dry before you seal it, and let it dry again before you use it. Didn't I say this wasn't as messy? Well, it's not if you've tried the shaving cream method, but right now I'm making a big mess, I'm just gonna say. So let me grab some more paper towels here. Now, if you wipe, you're going to just leave drag marks on your piece of leather like that. So you want to dab. Now if I look at this and I go, really didn't get as much of the turquoise as I had wanted, then I can do this again. So let me try to get some of this color off of my hands. Doing that before I put my hands on the box of plastic wrap. Otherwise, everybody in the house knows exactly who touched it last. Yep, I'm guilty. So again, lay out my plastic wrap, put a little bit of water down, gloves on, and they can just be inexpensive gloves. But sure does help keep your hands a little bit cleaner. Now this time I'm just going to put the turquoise. If I can find the right bottle. Oh, there I had it. And I'm going to scrunch the plastic wrap up a little bit more. And then by doing that, you're going to get a lot of these kind of lines and wrinkles in your color formation. That's what I really like seeing. So I've got water down, a little more, put some of my turquoise. Now don't ever, if you have a big piece of leather that you're trying to dye, don't ever try to put two pieces of plastic wrap together, because this seam will show up on your piece of leather. Trust me on that one. So even though this is still pretty wet, I'm going to give it just a little spray. My plastic wrap flipped over on me, but that's okay. I'm kind of liking what it did. So I'm going to intentionally flip those edges over. Put that right there. And then let the back get some of the color as well. If I only want a little bit of this color on the front, then I would almost immediately pat dry it off. But I kind of want a little more of the vibrancy of this color to come through, so I'm going to leave it on a little longer. Just trying to get the back side as well, and again, my AC vent is fighting with me. I can reuse this piece of paper towel, even though it's got brown on it, because it's the same color combination. Flip it over. Catch these little spots that I'm missing. Oh, I did forget to mention step number 1, way back at the very beginning. Put something down on your work surface, especially if it's your dining table and you don't want to leave evidence of using the dining table as your work surface. So put down either one of those plastic table covers or a shower curtain, something like that that you can easily clean. Makes the denials a whole lot easier. So let's see. What do you think now? I think it looks like a pretty piece of leather. I'm going to let it dry and then I will post another picture of what it looks like dry. Hope you've enjoyed our tutorial today. Have a great one, and I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with.